I honestly wasn't sure what to expect with this. Hi, folks. Craig here from the Anxiety Experiment. I'm a lifelong anxiety sufferer trying different things to see if I can reduce my anxiety over time. And just posting a few different things. So, hypnotherapy is the subject for this video, something I tried back in summer last year. It was around August, September time I tried this, so we're quite a few months on now. We're about 6 or 7 months on from when I tried this, and I want to talk about my experience with it. And just a caveat, obviously, this will be my experience. Everyone, I'm sure, will have a different experience. And if you have had hypnotherapy, let me know how you found it. Was it for anxiety? Was it for something else? And if you're thinking of doing it, let me know what your thoughts are. Everyone will, I'm sure, will have a different experience. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. To be honest, I had different kind of images as in my mind as to what this was going to look like. I thought, I did think, what's going to happen? How am I going to turn into a different person when I go and have this hypnotherapy for specifically anxiety reasons? Or that was the what I discussed with the hypnotherapist. So I went online, found a hypnotherapist, booked an initial slot of 3 sessions. Go in session 1. I think it was around about a 3-hour session, but the 3 hours, it wasn't all hypnosis, so only the last kind of 20-30 minutes ended up being that. First 2.5 hours was some theory behind the mind, talking me through a few different concepts, and it was quite interesting, really, just looking at how our brains work, how we can get into kind of hypnotic states and things like this. So the theory behind it was interesting, quite grounding. Then it was onto the actual hypnotherapy bit where you sat in a chair, shut your eyes and tried to relax as much as possible. For me, I did struggle with this in the first session. I think I find new environments quite difficult to be around. I'm always quite wary when I'm in a new place. So this was quite difficult to relax. I did achieve some kind of relaxation there, and it felt like it was kind of implanting ideas in my mind that I would be more relaxed and had to be more accepting of certain types of anxious thoughts that I would get. So those theories were pushed into our kind of head more. That's what it felt like. As I said, I certainly didn't feel deeply relaxed. I had relaxation in a few different moments. And after it, I'll be honest, I think the night after or the day after, I felt worse in terms of my anxiety, almost certainly. My anxiety was spiked. I was like, oh, what happens if this hypnotherapy's changed me completely forever and I'm going to be a completely different type of person, whatever. So all these racing thoughts going through the mind. And yeah, I certainly felt initially worse from the session. But obviously went back, session 2, which seemed a lot more helpful. I managed to achieve a bit more relaxation on session 2. We kind of built on what was going from the first session. I felt a bit more positive after that one. It felt like a much better session than the first one. But then subsequently again, the anxiety kind of crept back in again after session 2. I started feeling like I still didn't feel quite right. I felt a lot more anxious again. I don't know. I think it was because it's something so new to me, something that I couldn't fully let go. I felt like I couldn't fully let go. I think I certainly felt some level of hypnosis as such, but I couldn't fully let go still. So another session after that. I was offered another couple of sessions after that for free because I still wasn't quite getting the concepts. I think the talking bits around it, rather than actual deep hypnotherapy, started to help a lot more, and ingrain some ideas in my brain. Like the number one thing that I remember picking up from these sessions are those anxious thoughts. They're trying to, you've got to kind of have some kind of gratitude and acceptance of those thoughts. Those thoughts are trying to help you. You're not trying to but don't try and push them away as such. And I've been told this in other settings as well. Trying to it's more acceptance of those anxious thoughts, not to the point where we're willing them in, but the thought where you're kind of embracing them and going, "Yep, that's an anxious thought." On you go, "Yep, that's a thought." On you go, just kind of saying, when it's specifically for health anxiety ones, which I've certainly suffered with a lot of health anxiety. Those health anxiety ones, it's like, "Yep, thanks for trying to keep me safe then," and just acknowledging if it's going too far, which largely for my health anxiety, obviously there's some things that need taken care of health wise, but when you're worrying about every little body sensation, then it's going too far. So it's recognizing that. And as I did these last 3 sessions, so I ended up doing 5 in total, that I started to feel better and better. Certainly felt more like things were making sense. And I think from chatting to the hypnotherapist, the hypnotherapist noted that it would take time. It wouldn't be like flicking a switch, where some people go for quitting smoking and then they quit smoking after 1 or 2 sessions, and that's how they work. Not everybody will work like that, but some people certainly do that. Whereas anxiety, it feels like I built up a kind of a bad muscle over these years, and I've got to build up some tolerance over time. It feels like it was so ingrained, and it has. To be fair, in these 6-7 months since then, I think overall I have felt less anxious since these sessions. Overall, most definitely. Now, was it the hypnotherapy, or is it other things I've tried? I'm exercising more. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm trying to eat better. I'm taking L-theanine. Now, is it these things, or was it the hypnotherapy? Or a combination of all of those things? I'm kind of throwing things at my anxiety, hence the channel, the anxiety experiment. So let's summarize. Did the hypnotherapy work? I would say potentially, yes. It's certainly those concepts that the number one key concepts have been accepting and kind of labeling and being kind of grateful for those thoughts that are trying to keep me safe has certainly been a message that I have taken with me, and I think that has helped. Has it been like a massive whoa, you're no longer anxious as such? No. I still have anxiety, but have I felt better since the sessions overall? Yes. Is that because of the sessions? Possibly somewhat, but that's exactly why this is an honest review. I'll always give it to you honest. My experience is, I don't know for sure. I would say that it has probably had some positive impact alongside the other things that I'm doing. That's what I would say. It could have had a bigger impact, and I could be underplaying it. That could be the one thing that's really helping. But because I'm trying loads of different things and throwing loads of different things at my anxiety, it's difficult to know. All I do know is I feel overall better 6-7 months on than when I tried the hypnotherapy sessions. But I do still have bad days, absolutely, 100%. I still have bad days, but I have less bad days, I would say, and I'm able to get rid of thoughts, not get rid of thoughts. That's the wrong phrase to say. To move past thoughts quicker, should we say? Move past thoughts quicker. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you considered hypnotherapy. Let me know if you are thinking of doing any hypnotherapy. That's my experience. Everybody, I'm sure, will have a different experience. Always check these things out before you do them. This is not a recommendation, nor not a recommendation, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying this is just purely my experience, and I thought it'd be interesting to document down for others, and also interesting to see if others have had any similar experiences, or if they know anyone that's had an experience with hypnotherapy. We'll be back with more stuff soon on this channel. We'll try to do different things, and I'll report back as and when. But in the meantime, take care all, and speak again soon.